My name is Haley Johnsen. Happiness to me is a lot of things, but I think happiness is, if you're going to have happiness, for me it would mean kind of an everlasting joy. Because in our lives we're not always going to be happy. We're always going to have hardships and times of struggle, and I think having happiness be a joy is being able to look at your life positively and just kind of take things with a grain of salt, and always be optimistic about things, and having a faith in something that you know is there for you. I chose the song "Oh Had I a Golden Thread," and I did the Eva Cassidy version. It's the only version I've really heard of this song, and the moment I heard it, I was just struck by how beautiful it was and how beautifully Eva Cassidy sang it. And this artist in general has just also been a huge inspiration for me, and just challenging myself vocally and all that. But this song is basically a song about wanting to heal the world and, you know, thread everything out with a golden thread and make a rainbow design, and, you know, pretty much just make the world a happier and better place. And I think, you know, having a song about that, there's nothing better than that sense of hope in a song, so that's why I chose that one.
Had I a golden thread and a needle so fine, I would weave a magic spell of a rainbow design. Oh, rainbow, oh, design. And in it, I would weave the courage of women, giving birth. And in it, I would weave the innocence of the children of all the earth. Children of all the earth. And won't you show me, my brother and sister, my rainbow design? Oh, 'cause I would find out they're sorry for
my music to be whatever is true to me at the moment that I write the song. And it's not always going to be happy, it's not always going to be, you know, positive, but it's going to be true to myself. And I know that when I play, no matter what it's about, it's still going to bring me joy and happiness, because I'm able to share whatever emotion I had at that moment with the crowd, and however they choose to react to that song, whether it's, you know, I'd like to move people, and I think being moved is a kind of happiness. You know, just being really emotionally touched by music is a really powerful thing. I chose The Story by Brandi Carlile. This song has been a part of my life since kind of the first time I started learning guitar and playing music. And this artist, Brandi Carlile, has been a huge inspiration for me. She's one of the first artists I started to kind of do 2 covers of, and her voice just had something to it that really just emoted this sort of emotion I'd never heard in anyone's voice before, and that really attracted me to her music. And her lyrics were also really relatable to me, or I related to them. And this specific song, The Story, I actually auditioned with a bunch of times on American Idol, and I made it through every time. And I think I made it through because I've become so attached to the song, and I knew that my emotions would shine through it, and that it would be a meaningful song, and not just singing, but like really singing and believing in what I'm singing about. And also, this song called The Story is about the stories that we all have. We all have our own, and I think one of the things that I want to work on most in my life is being able to connect with people no matter what their story is. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things in life, is finding that connection with 2 completely different stories, 2 completely different people, and then just still sharing some sort of love for that person. And I think that's what the song means to me.
All of these lines across my face, they tell you a story of who I am. So many stories of where I've been, and how I got to where I am. But these
I got the opportunity to go and sing at military bases around the world for the military and their families. And I think it was the most giving back opportunity I've ever done. And just being able to give the families and the troops just a minute of entertainment, just, you know, a brief, you know, taking away from what they're sacrificing for our country was really touched me, and I could see just by the way we interacted with them that they really, really appreciated it, and that just really, that really moved me. And especially when we went to Kuwait, our last part of the tour, and that was the most intense experience I've ever had, because I'm seeing all these troops completely away from their families in the Middle East. It was 126 degrees, and they came out to watch us sing, and they were just so excited that they, you know, had people that they were familiar with, you know, and a little piece of America coming back to them, and just putting on a fun show for them and letting them forget about whatever hardships they're going through. And so yeah, it meant a lot for me to be there, and yeah, I'll never forget that tour. It made me really happy to see us, to put a smile on their face, and just to, I don't know, just when you, it's kind of like when I talked about the story, like someone else, one of those the military men has a completely different story, and here I am with this story, and I'm sharing it in whatever way I can, and I'm sharing that through music. And that, in a sense, just makes me so happy, and I think that's the gift that I've been given, is to just share that, because it brings me so much happiness. I see it bringing other people happiness. Biggest thing I learned about myself is that I still have a lot of learning to do. But I really overcame a lot of things within myself, a lot of kind of self-esteem issues that I had prior to singing for anyone, because it took me a long time to share my voice with anyone, and I learned that I have a lot more strength than I thought, and that I have more to offer people in the world than I ever thought I did. So I'm learning more and more that I guess I have what it takes to create a happy life for myself if I just believe in myself.